You are watching Strip Down, Saskatchewan's only one-hour local music showcase, the award-winning show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson, and yes, we are live. This is Strip Down Live. We are going worldwide on Facebook Live right now, and there may be a few issues tonight. We got some rookies behind the scenes, but this is live television, folks. We are just going to keep going, keep plodding through this. I'm so excited. We got a busy show. We're just going to throw to the musician right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Theresa Sokyrka.
I'm not a rookie, Curtis. This is my first rodeo, right? This one's called Wind and Sea. It's been a year since you settled for what you didn't want, biding your time to leave. Treats you as well as the way you feel. He never gives your wounds time to heal. You are face down in the water in the deep end, hoping to find something there. Maybe you'll swim for a little while. Soon you'll run out of air. You're the wind and he's the sea, blowing through him recklessly. Living by the hour would have saved you so much time. What you hoped wasn't true could be. Searching through space, now you know the size of it. Still settle for mediocrity. You are face down in the water in the deep end, hoping to find something there. Maybe you'll swim for a little while. Soon you'll run out of air. You're the wind and he's the sea, blowing through him recklessly. You're the wind and he's the sea, blowing through him recklessly. You're the wind, the wind. You're the wind, the wind. You're the wind and he's the sea.
You were watching Strip Down Live with Theresa Sokyrka. Did you like that intro? That was me almost having a heart attack for that 30 seconds there.
I'm happy for you that you got through it, Curtis. I really am.
We are counting down, and your monitors start crackling like breakfast cereal.
I know. It's just the way that it goes with live TV. You can
So
never be certain.
I'm worried we are not going to have music for the first song,
Don't
but you
worry
guys
about
pulled it off. And then I'm checking my phone, and a crew member from season 1, the last time you were on the show, 10 years ago.
No.
10 years ago,
No.
texts me and says, I remember when she was the 12th episode, we were all laughing at you, Curtis, because you were over-pronunciating her name. You
I
were
believe
calling
the
you
word is pronunciated.
pronunciating. I would guess I was going Sokyrka constantly.
Aw, Oh, those
10
were the
years.
days.
I know, and then like, how's that for a confidence shatterer? Then I'm like,
Curtis.
paranoid about saying your
You're
name
doing
right.
great. You're doing
All right,
great.
we're off to a good start.
Yeah, we are.
Welcome
it's
back.
really good to see you.
We
I'm
had
so
that moment.
happy.
We had that moment when you first walked in before we were rolling. And I was like, it was June 2008 when you were stripped down, before we were stripped down
I
live,
can't
when you were
believe
stripped
it.
down's 12th episode.
I really can't believe it.
That is, it was like a happy moment and kind of a sad moment. Like 10
Yeah.
years. It's been a decade since we've really talked.
Well, that one time we ran into each other a few years ago and we actually caught up. And I was like, how's it going?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I had some kids.
You were like
and...
in transit though. You're like, hey, Curtis. Yeah, I'll be right back and we'll continue chatting. Slam.
Classic, right?
Classic.
Classic Sokyrka,
Classic
man.
Sokyrka. So am I saying it right? Sokyrka?
Sokyrka.
Okay, good.
You're
There
doing
you go. Catherine Morlock out in BC.
Oh my God,
Right?
she lives in BC. Well,
But she can watch, right?
She's watching.
There
Hopefully
was the
she's watching.
throwback. And, like there was gonna be so many connective tissues tonight.
I love
We
it.
have we're gonna talk to him a little later, but we have a guest social media correspondent.
Sure,
And I was
yes.
so
Yeah.
excited because he has history with Jay Neufeld. Like
Brilliant.
the founding co-father of Stripped Down, and he's not here tonight. This is like the 5th episode of 218 that Jay has missed.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Right?
Truly.
Well, we brought it back.
I love
and I am
It makes me
happy
so
that
happy.
the artists of Saskatoon and Saskatchewan embraced it all over again, because we took a 3-year hiatus,
I know.
and then it's a little scary coming back and being live.
I
Some
believe
people aren't
you.
exactly down with that, but again, the support so far since we've been back has been amazing. Theresa Sokyrka, 10 years.
What happens in 10
June.
years? June.
2008.
I guess I can't even remember what I was doing. I think I might have been living in Toronto at that time.
I don't think you were. I think it was pre-Toronto.
Okay, well, I was just moving then.
Okay.
That seems right in my mind, like 10 years. Just moving to Toronto, and then I lived in Montreal for 4 years. I had, I just recently got married in 2014. I had a little baby in 2016. Like, I don't even really know how to catch up.
You're
It's
telling
been
your
a-
life story with like a cringy face.
Well, it's a little bit intense, you know? Like, I haven't been here for a while, so
So
I don't even know where to begin.
Montreal, and then you were back in.
Toronto, Montreal. I worked on cruise ships for a little
Whoa.
while. Yeah, I did that. I think it's like a rite of passage for any like songwriter that's like hitting the end of their career. It's like, well, I think I'll go work on ships for a little while.
Now I'm making the face. He said end of career. No, come on.
Well, I mean, come on. There's dips and valleys and peaks and dips, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when you have a baby, things slow down, so.
Or speed up, depending what time of the day. I feel like it really sped up.
I feel
From
like as far as
2
my-
a.m. to 5 a.m. things have sped up.
Frank, my son has been a great sleeper ever since he's, was like 4 months old. So I'm lucky that way.
I'm so happy for you.
I know. It's awful.
How
But
old now?
He's 2, almost 2.
Yeah, my daughter just passed 2. She's not a good sleeper.
Still?
No.
Oh my
she's
God.
There's so much to do in our house, though. I guess I don't know.
I mean, we just, one thing that's really interesting about recent times is I finally felt like we reclaimed our house back. So we made the kids, like, Ryan has a daughter, and we made them share a room. So now we have a music room again, which is actually really nice because now I feel like there's a bit of an open door to be creative, which is really nice.
And you
for
just
me.
subtly introduced this mysterious third member of us on stage
Yes,
here.
Ryan is my husband. He is a bass player as well. He works for Dingwall. He is playing a lovely Saskatchewan-made Fury right now. It's a beautiful bass guitar that is fretless and awesome.
Now, he
By
has a
Glenn
mic, but
McDougall.
we're not sure if he's allowed to talk.
Well, he's not allowed to talk, but he does have a mic only for reasons pointing to, me being right about something or.
Well, you could have done the intro, sir. You could have jumped in there.
He's allowed to talk. You're allowed
as
to
I
talk.
was drowning, thinking we weren't. gonna have
Welcome. His
music on
name's
the music show.
Ryan Marshall. He plays
Yes.
he plays the bass, and he's also married to me, so I don't have to pay him. So that's nice.
And this
Comes
is kind of a stripped down marriage, is it not? Let's launch into this story really quickly.
Oh, okay.
The
Yes.
other
Yes.
founding member of Stripped Down,
Bryn.
Miss Bryn Kreisa,
Yeah.
is the reason you two are on stage
It's
together right
actually
now.
the primary, pretty much the only reason, not the primary, it's like the only reason why we even got to cross paths with one another because Bryn is also a bass player, a great bass player, and she was hired by oh my God, was it Elias James, the musician?
Yeah.
Do you know Elias? He's probably played Stripped Down.
I haven't thought about him in 10 years.
Well, he has new records out and everything. So
Okay.
next time he's in town, you got to strip him down. So, anyways,
As you do.
he hired a bunch of people for the Pink Wig Foundation charity gig, and he asked me to be a singer. And Bryn was supposed to play bass, but she had a conflict, so Ryan was second in line. And he's a second call for being a bass player.
Second call.
And then he played the gig, and then, I don't know, like, not even
So what you're saying?
8 months later, we were married.
So what you're saying is you might have married Bryn had she showed up.
Well, I don't really swing that way. Like, I adore ladies, but it's not really where I'm headed. But
Well, that was a bridge to nowhere.
Well, you
we are
asked
gonna
the
talk
question,
to our
Anderson.
social media correspondent here in a second. But the first song, what did you kick off the show with?
that was one from Prairie Wind. So that's my latest album that came out in 2013. And I haven't had one for a little while. But yeah, that's from 2013. It's called Wind and Sea. I wrote that actually when I was on the East Coast, not far from Maitland, Nova Scotia. And that's just an oldie, I guess.
Not only do I not have Jay Neufeld watching my back tonight, I don't have our usual social media correspondent, Alexa Joy,
yes,
watching my back tonight.
I've seen her
So
on
we
the
have a
last
fill-in,
few
ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Allardyce. Kevin, welcome to Strip Down.
Hey.
Thank you very much. This is a huge honor for me. I really appreciate this.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not,
No,
but I'm
no.
so excited. You brought a red laptop. That is dedication.
I did, actually. I had it painted just for the occasion.
I saw him out in the parking lot with his can of spray
Yeah.
paint doing it just before we
I,
came in.
So amazing.
Who is Kevin Allardyce? Why is he here? You are here on behalf of one of our sponsors, eWest Music.
eWest
Cool.
Music, exactly. Actually, it's a little bit of a confusing as to why I'm here. I thought this was Telemiracle 42. I was all ready to go 20 hours. I've got extra undergarments and Red Bulls. So if we need to go long, I'm okay.
We can
I
bring
got
those
20
phones.
hours in me, so.
That's
yeah,
really
no,
I
good
feel
to
like
know.
that joke would have been funnier in like June, but like Telemiracle was just this weekend. So, but it's still.
So it's
it was-
really funny.
I thought it was more
poignant.
Or
It's well placed.
He doesn't know funny.
Well placed.
I clearly don't
Like
know
an
funnier.
adult diaper.
Yeah, it's true.
Alexa. So eWest
That's
Music.
not nice.
Yes.
What's going on?
I am absolutely brand new to eWest Music, and my friend Tony Tostego, one of the co-creators. Everybody in town knows Tony. I say the name, and everybody's face lights up. Everybody knows Tony. He asked me if I'd be willing to come out and help out you guys tonight, that if I didn't mind being called Alexa. And really, same old Saturday night, right? I mean,
Right.
I'm used to being called Alexa. So yeah, it was a natural fit. So he asked if I'd come do it. I said yes, and here I am. And for the opportunity to meet Theresa and her husband and the person who introduced them, I couldn't be happier.
Awesome.
Curtis Anderson.
We have a little more to talk about, but we'll save that because you tie in with Jay Neufeld. There actually
true.
would not be a Stripped Down Live without a former project you two worked on together, and that is the truth.
That is the truth.
I met
yes.
Jay Neufeld when he was super inspired by something that you were a part of back in the day, but we will save that for second segment. We have to go to our first commercial break, so we're just going to continue like this is going well. And
It is going well. I thought it was going really well. You just dropped your pen cap,
See?
though, but that's
So
Neither here
we
nor
have
there.
to start by thanking Earls, our title sponsor.
yeah.
Knows what's up. They stepped up to the plate and support
Earls.
local music, so big thanks to that. And outside of that, our other sponsors.
Born in the year that Ryan was born, 1982.
There it is. Hairstyle Inn, Red Swan Pizza North, and of course, eWest Music, who unshackled Ryan, or not Ryan, Kevin, and lent him for us tonight. You unshackled Ryan and lent him for us tonight.
Yes, I did.
All right, we have another 45 minutes of this, folks. You're gonna want to stick
Swan
around.
Pizza. Oh.
We got lots more Strip Down coming up right after
Swan
this.
Pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, Theresa Sokyrka.
Just so this isn't a big heads up, I sing in Ukrainian as well. So this is a Ukrainian song called Tisha Навkruги. Тиша навкруги, сплять в росі луги, тільки ти і я, і ясна зоря. Розкажи мені, розкажи, любиш ти чи ні? І в очах сяга, я навік твоя. Розкажи мені, розкажи, любиш ти чи ні? І в очах сяга, я навік твоя. Скільки я пройшла, лиш любов сія, тільки ти і я, і твоя, і моя. Розкажи мені, розкажи, любиш ти чи ні? І в очах сяга, я навік твоя. Розкажи мені, розкажи, любиш ти чи ні? І в очах сяга, я навік твоя. Згасла вже зоря, лиш любов сія, і твоя, і моя. Пісня і солов'я, розкажи мені, розкажи, любиш ти чи ні? І в очах сяга, я навік твоя. Розкажи мені, розкажи, любиш ти чи ні? І в очах сяга, я навік твоя.
We are spending 60 minutes with Theresa Sokyrka here on Strip Down Live. Man, I should be shirtless on a calendar because I'm putting out fires tonight.
Aw, that's nice. I like that line.
Live television is a beast, but I regret nothing. Theresa Sokyrka back after a 10-year absence here on Stripped Down Live. You have accumulated quite the discography. I don't know if we can swing around and get a shot of that. And let's discuss.
Please.
So in the last 10 years, you've put out
Last
5?
10. No, the last 10, I've put out
There they are on screen.
3 in the last 10 years.
3 in the last 10?
Yeah, because the ones on the bottom, the 3 on the bottom, These Old Charms and the Christmas album, and actually, yeah, it's only the last 2 years, and the last 10 years I've done 2 albums, so it's been kind of slow going.
Okay. But where were you when those albums came out? Because you jumped. You were telling me you went from here.
Yeah, the Ukrainian
Toronto,
album, which is on
Montreal, back
the
to here.
top left, it's kind of the prairie sky with the wheat. That one's the Ukrainian album. I was in Montreal when I recorded that. And then for the second album, I actually was in Spain for that album in Madrid. Yeah, I was living there for a little while, just making a record and spending some time there.
How does that opportunity open up? You just head out there?
I
and-
worked on ships.
That's
I
right.
met somebody that knew people there, and then I went there to make a record, and yeah.
So-
And it was all songs that I had written, you know, just being away from Saskatoon. That's the latest album's called Prairie Winds, so there's a bit of, you know, it's a lot of being away from home, and there's a few songs about my mom on there, just being, you know, in a different time zone and just a different area in the world.
You kind of
geographically.
like poo-pooed working on a cruise ship, but to me that's fascinating.
No,
to me
it
that's
was-
like a
Let
pinnacle.
me tell you, I got to
Okay.
see some amazing things. Like I got to go down the coast of South America. I got to go through, like, the Amazon. It was a small cruise ship, so we sailed through the Amazon, which was really amazing. You know, you see like all of these things that you only really hear about, you know, like pink dolphins, which are actually terrifying, and you never want to see them because they're like horror shows. And like fishing for piranha and
That's a real thing.
really amazing things. Pink dolphins.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's because there's a high acidity in the Amazon, so that's why they live there, and they just look really, really strange. And you think, oh, they're going to be cute and cuddly, and
And it wasn't because it was your day off.
they're terrible. They have yellow teeth, and they're like, so terrifying. And then I went to Alaska, and I saw a lot of the world that I never would have, and got to spend a lot of time in the Caribbean, which was really great. So there's good and bad, but it's like, you know, playing 4 hours a day, sometimes to an empty bar, and, you know, you can workshop a lot of stuff and woodshed a little bit as far as like a songwriter goes, but most of the people want to hear like Jimmy Buffett, which is where I draw the line. It's like, I don't do Jimmy Buffett, and I will do Neil Diamond, but only if there's a tip involved, you know, stuff like that.
Speaking of good and bad, I gotta ask about Canadian Idol.
Okay.
Is that still like the go-to when people hear Theresa Sokyrka?
Oh, for sure. Like
That-
I moved back to Saskatoon about 5 years ago, and like I cannot leave my house.
That's thoughts on that?
What? Any day of the week, someone will talk about it.
That's
It's amazing. It's amazing. First of all, that I have aged so amazingly, because people just like I'm like still 23.
absolutely.
Which I am 36 years old, so that's kind of nice. I'll just toot my own horn for that, but I think that people just have a real connection to me because they voted for me, and they feel like they had like this kind of, they had a hand in getting me to where I was, which is totally true. But sometimes it's hard to go grocery shopping, you know, like, and I appreciate all the love, but it's hard to just be anonymous.
Right. That's incredible.
It's definitely hard, yeah.
The celebrity carried on though.
It's a small city, right? So people really hold on to it, and I think it's beautiful that people do, because you feel really loved, but then they're like, oh, what have you been doing? And you're like, oh, I've come out with 5 albums, and they're like, oh, well, I only bought the first one, and you're like, oh, well, thanks. I really appreciate that.
I honestly grit my teeth a little bit for you when someone asks about Theresa Sokyrka. That was my reach out, because like now that I've jumped back into the show and I'm back headfirst into the musical community, like your name comes up a lot, and people are like, whatever happened to her? And I'm like, I think she's still, she came back.
Yeah,
and
that's
she's playing and
the
releasing
frustrating
albums,
thing. It's like
and she's-
when you don't have the big machine behind you, people don't see your face, so they don't see that you're struggling and trying to make a living out of it. But like the way that I did it is just the way that was good for me. Like it just made sense for me to do it the way that I did, and whether or not, like I have a whole garage full of CDs that are just sitting there, you know. But it's not like a bad thing. I don't think I would have really flourished under a big mechanical music industry sort of. I wasn't back then. I wasn't sellable. I wasn't a money maker for the music.
I don't know if
industry.
I agree with that.
I
but
definitely know that that's true.
I think people also don't understand the machine, you know?
I think it was
people who
different,
are-
but I
people-
think it was different back then, Curtis. Like I think
Okay.
it's a lot like you can get famous on YouTube nowadays when
Yeah.
that just wasn't around back then, and it wasn't like back then. It wasn't really about having a really solid voice or a solid talent. It was like the machine will create you. You know, it was different back then.
Crazy.
It was 14 years ago.
Don't say that.
It
I
really was.
I work a lot of Rush games at Credit
Oh,
Union
yeah.
Center, and that's always my go-to joke. I haven't seen it this busy since Theresa Sokyrka played at the Blades
Oh
game.
my God.
I was there that night.
That's right. I
And that
sang
was-
I sang the anthem.
And then you
and
had
then
a
I did a
performance.
halftime show.
And, well,
Oh my
one of the
God.
intermissions. There's no halftime.
Oh right, sorry, that's what I
Okay.
meant. Ugh, hockey
I'm surprised
fair.
I got that right. But it was packed. Like, you put, like, it was like 14,000 people,
It's pretty cool, man. That
right?
was
Like, I was there that night. I was like, this is, that really,
I remember there being like a very funny rumor that was going around that night that my sister was playing the organ as well, like the
Why?
ding, 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 ding. I'm like, no, that's
I-
not my sister.
I didn't hear that. But that's hilarious. I'm going to keep perpetuating that. 14 years after
she's
it's
good at
relevant.
it.
I'll be like, remember when Theresa Sokyrka played the Blades game? That was her sister on the organ.
Wee, wee, wee,
Right.
wee, dee-dee-dee-dee.
Okay, we are burning through time here.
I love it.
Let's talk to our social media correspondent.
Kevin, what's
once
going
again.
on
If we
on
can
the
get a,
hot
if we can get a
wire?
shot of Kevin. We have some questions. We have some burning
The
questions. People are
internet
asking.
superhighway.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have my laptop on. I'm sorry.
But it's just red for
No, it's funny. Actually, you mentioned about the cruise ships. I can completely relate. I had to perform one summer on a 14-foot Lund on Diefenbaker Lake, and it was difficult. People don't
funny you say
appreciate.
Diefenbaker Lake. I lost a pair of glasses in that
Yeah,
lake.
yeah, I don't. It was an interpretive dance thing, so it was difficult to do on a
Brilliant.
14-foot.
Brilliant.
But
What are
yeah.
the people saying out there?
What are they saying out there? Well, there's a lot of people who absolutely loved the performance. Sorry that I have to put glasses on here. One, actually, Andrea Moore. Hi, Andrea. She's.
Oh, Andrea Narrative. Yeah, I know her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, she says hi. Teresa says hi back.
Hi, Andrea.
She absolutely swooned. Now, I'm assuming it was for your song and not for Curtis's firefighter shirtless comment. Not many people were
But
swooning
no
for
one
that.
knows for sure.
Probably both.
Unfortunately, I know. And there's some
'Cause
things
she
you just can't,
hashtagged it.
you can't unsee. I do have a couple of, actually, Andrea was freaked out by she's going to have nightmares about Amazon junglefish.
Oh, Prana, yeah.
But
really cool,
somebody wanted to know if you had done some recording in Europe.
Yeah, in Spain. We were just talking about that. So that's Prairie Winds. It's the latest record that came out in 2013. And yeah, I recorded that all in Madrid. It's actually kind of one of my favorite stories when I talk about records because I did it all I produced it all on my own. And it's actually free of edits. It's like fully live, which is pretty great. Like all those vocal takes are full vocal takes all the way through, and I really wanted to challenge myself. So it's actually one of the records that I'm the most proud of because I was like behind the steering wheel the whole time.
So actually, I'm going to ask you then. So we talk about you being behind, having the machine behind you and all that stuff. Is this easier for you to get out from behind that machine with YouTube and software that's so much easier to do the editing with, where you have some creative control?
Yeah, I always was really adamant about having my creative control, and maybe that's why it all happened the way that it did, because I wasn't really willing to give that up, to be honest.
Awesome.
So from the very first record, I mean, I produced them all, really. But Prairie Winds for me, like I actually sat behind the control board and was doing a bit of engineering on my own, and just like, it was really important for me to do an album that wasn't edited to the end of time, you know? Like, it was really important for me to showcase my talent in a way that was like, if you're sitting next to me, then that's what it would sound like, you know? I mean, obviously I had other instruments and everything, but for me, Prairie Winds is just such a part of me because it just was so fluid and consecutive, and the takes are just takes, you know, like full takes,
Now,
which is awesome for.
as I mentioned before, Kevin is on loan to us tonight from West.
And he's
Music.
doing a great job.
He's doing a fantastic job, but we got to give away some stuff. If you
Do we?
comment, what can they get tonight?
Well,
Tell us.
Oh yeah. Should we talk about our brand new
we-
sponsor first of
that?
all? Let's do Earl's first.
let's do Earl's first. Okay, so how much is this?
It's a $20 Earl's gift
Ooh,
card.
nice.
Yes, so if you comment and if you tell people how much you find me attractive,
You just may win that.
you might win it. I can't make any promises, but I'm just saying, you might win it. Yeah, so like our show here, Strip Down Live, and we got a chance to win this Earl's $20 gift certificate. And
I
yeah,
would like to welcome our newest sponsor, Task. We got a little full-page graphic here coming up.
Awesome.
Oh, wow, that was an incredible transition. Yes, Task. They make tools.
Trade proven.
So I
Task.
thought we should start something called the Tool of the Month.
and why are you looking at me when you say that,
what a better time to
Curtis?
start it.
I'm
And
Kevin wins.
Kevin
the
now is the
month.
tool of the month.
The inaugural Tool of the Month isn't actually a tool. They have graciously stepped up and donated
Winter
to
gloves.
give away their winter work gloves, though.
they
They're
are winter work
waterproof
gloves.
and extremely warm.
Incredible.
and this little bit here is really soft.
I
It
may
is
have
beautiful.
used them for oven mitts today, but probably not. But I may have. Does it smell like McCain pizza?
It smells like pizza pops. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, if you comment, maybe hashtag Tool of the Month, hashtag Kevin.
I love it.
Yeah, but those are two separate hashtags. Tool of the month and Kevin. That's totally. I'm
You
not
have the
going to
chance
do
to
this.
win this.
I was the tool of the month last month.
So
Just
look
ask my
for more
ex-wife.
Task products each and every month on Strip Down. We have 25 minutes left.
Ah, it's just blazing by.
Well, the first 30 seconds felt like 10 years of my life because I really thought the monitors were going to crap out as soon as I thought I was going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, Theresa Sokyrka.
Well,
I'm like, yay, live television. Whose idea was this
I would have
again?
been able to handle it. I would have been like, here's an interpretive dance called,
We could have done one together.
right? Kevin's all down.
All right, let's get
Beef
to
and
music
Baker
before
Lake.
that happens. Ladies and gentlemen,
Coming back. Ryan's got to come back, so give him some
Oh,
time to come
okay.
back here.
making his way back on stage, Ryan.
Well,
He was just
What do you wanna play?
commenting. He wants to be the tool of the month.
no,
he wants to
he's not down with the tool.
take that title away
Let's do,
from
the
Kevin
closer,
from
I guess.
US Music. All right,
So many punchlines.
right.
It's just endless punchlines.
I'm actually going to hurt myself over here.
Tonight's
So many
episode
punch-
is just a gentle breeze. Ladies and gentlemen, Theresa Sokyrka.
Aw, thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't take this anymore. Oh, you won't close the goddamn door. Oh, the dark age is worse than this. You gotta stop taking the piss. Cause closer you are to me, oh, closer you'll be from me. Oh, faster you run from here. we can change. Oh, we're inspired by the thoughts we can rearrange. Belief in something that floats around just brings us down, just brings us down. Closer you are to me, further away you are from reality. You've been drowning for way too long. His voice surrounding your head once strong. Closer you are to me. Oh, harder you'll break from she. Oh, faster you run from me. Oh, closer you'll be to me. Further away you are from reality. Oh, from reality. From reality. Oh, 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 oh. From reality. Woke up this morning with my head in my hands and my sandy eyes. Poured myself some coffee, faded off to bed, never get ahead. And when I hear you call my name, well, I fear that my life will never be the same. And when I hear you call my name, I'll be okay again. Living changed back when you said goodbye. I didn't want to cry. Memories of who I was when you were around just get me down. And when my thoughts are of you, I feel I'm living in the past. All of the traits I borrowed from you seem to be real at last. And when I hear you call my name, well, I fear that my life will never be the same. this morning with my head in my hands and my sandy eyes.
Hey,
Hi.
having a marital discussion.
I messed up a chord. I said I'm sorry to him.
Oh, that's cute. Well, it's live television. You're watching Stripped Down live. We're
Yes,
spending
it's-
60 minutes with Theresa Sokyrka
it's exciting that
and
it's
husband.
live, yes.
It is crazy. It's always
pretty
such a
great.
good idea till we start counting down, and then I'm like,
I think you're doing
"Whoa."
great.
No,
I think it's
know.
fun. I think it's fun.
I'm always on edge that one of these is just going to hit the ditch.
Hey, man.
Like when the monitors were crackling as I was counting down to the intro, I was like, here we go. I guess we'll see what
This
happens.
one's it.
We'll see what happens when
is
we
the
have no
one.
music on a music show going live across the world. But that's also the, where the adrenaline comes in.
I know. I love it.
Because we would have filled an hour.
I am no stranger to live TV.
Yep. I guess, right?
I mean, it's been a while, but
Well, people would have voted me off long ago had I given them the option.
I don't know. You appeal
I'm
to
searching for compliments.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's true.
What's next for Theresa Sokyrka? I feel like we're wrapping up because we've got 13 minutes left, and I still haven't talked to Kevin about Jay. Oh. So, what's next for Theresa
I had no
Sokyrka?
idea that was on the.
Yes.
What's next for me? I don't know. Like, I'm just really trying to just be like a decent human being in life, and like, I'm writing a little tiny little bit, but I mean, like I said, I had a little baby, so that slows things down a lot. And just the
But does that also motivate you a little? Right?
It's a really weird, like, music isn't about making money anymore, so it's like a very difficult thing to put all of this, like I've invested in this talent that I have, and it's hard to see the business change so much. In the last 14 years, it's become really impossible to make a good living off of music. And it's just been a really different couple of years. So I don't know. I know that I won't stop making music, but I know that it's going to be like under my terms.
You are fortunate enough to have the unique perspective, though, where you could see how easily doing this full time in the machine, you could grow to hate it. Right?
I don't know, because I really love performing for people. But yeah, like I feel like being in the spotlight is really a really difficult way to live your life. And just the tiny glimpse that I had of that being in the spotlight, man, it's rough. It's a rough go.
I spent the first 18 years of my life wanting to be a comic book artist, and that was what I told everybody. And when I finally sat down and saw the dedication and time it takes to actually do it at that level, I backed out. So there's still people from my childhood today, no matter what I do, no matter if I sell a book or a screenplay or I'm on television, they're like, oh, you didn't make it as an artist, hey? Oh, But I know, I still paint and draw on the side, and I love it, and I know I would have hated it had I pursued it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
I got really anxious there telling that
The
story. I don't
wonderful
know
thing
why.
about my career is that I saved some money, and I was able to do it for longer than most. Like now, I have a kid, so I have to have a job. I have a wonderful job at the jazz festival, and I love it. It's like life is just a little bit less hectic now, and I can kind of I feel like I can breathe and enjoy it now that it's not so here and there and here and there and here and there, worrying about where the paycheck is coming from. I found that really difficult, to plan months and months in advance and never be certain, where money was coming. That was really hard for me to
Yeah.
And I like having a full-time job where I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna make this much at the very minimum this month, It's hard to be a musician.
We have
God,
10 minutes
it's horrible.
left. I don't think we have time for
Well,
our
maybe
last
we
commercial
should do-
break. I don't think we'll have time for your sixth song, but let's get
Well,
two
this is
more
what
songs
happens
in.
when you wait 10 years, I guess.
Right?
Right.
We should have just had coffee before.
Well,
But let's do another song. We'll wrap things up, and then we will have your final song on the way out.
Okay.
How about that? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. I would really, I guess.
This is the fun of doing live television, is we can make it up as we go along. We're not under hard
Well,
constraints.
we'll play them faster than we normally do.
Okay.
Let's do Prairie Winds. This is the title track off of my latest record, which all of these are available on Bandcamp. You just Google Theresa Sokyrka on Bandcamp, and that's the best way to get my music for me to get paid. unless you want to buy them from my garage. In that case, I live near Shaw.
I was going to say you could throw your address up if you want, but ladies and gentlemen, Theresa
This one's
Sokyrka.
called Prairie Winds. Thanks, Curtis Anderson, and
I'll be
to
back.
everyone here at Strip Down. It's been lovely. What am I doing? Got it. Dust scattered on the streets that I call home. It must have mattered when the sun beat down on the snow. Air is warmer now that spring has had a day. Change approaches within her now that I am on my way. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Skies are bigger now that the sun has set its rays. She holds you close to her, so close you can feel her pain. Her want to grow in you has planted only weeds. To find an answer of what you want, not knowing what she needs. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Walls I've built here are built from sticks and stones. Words I carve on them, they break my aching bones. I'm getting older now, brittle is my mind. To believe in something that I faked through the whole time. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone.
You're watching Strip Down Live with Theresa Sokyrka. We have 5 minutes left. Is your last song 2 minutes? Please tell me.
It is,
Is
yes.
it? It's really short?
Yeah, we thought that.
Awesome.
happens.
Perfect. All right, we got to get this story out. Ladies and gentlemen, West Music's Kevin Allardyce. Am I saying it right?
As well as you probably said Sokyrka the first time you
right?
said it. Yeah, I'm thinking
See, I spell things out.
yeah, Allardyce. Yeah, that's
Allardyce.
perfect. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
So you locked Jay in a trunk. We've been
yes.
teasing this story for an hour now.
You're-
Jay Neufeld, the co-creator of Strip Down, you guys worked together on an award-winning cable show back in the day.
Many years ago, my friend James Whittingham and I did a show called The James and Kevin Show on a cable program just like this in Regina, though. And yeah, one of our segments we did at a drive-in, and we were trying to sneak Jay into the drive-in, and so we stuck him in the trunk, locked him in there, and left him for the duration because we forgot him in there.
And that ended up winning an award.
And ended up winning an award for the show, yes.
And then Jay
Film and
came to
Video
Saskatoon
Showcase.
and said, I used to work on the Super Fun show. I want to work on another Super Fun show. And I said, let's make Strip Down. And here we are. And then Bryn introduced you two, and you two are married.
You know?
We've got like 30 seconds until wrap. Positive, though, positive messages on the social media.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic.
Aw, that's so
Everyone
nice.
absolutely loves hearing the two of you playing here
Aw.
tonight. What was it? There was one person who wanted to know very quickly the age of your hummingbird guitar.
Yeah, I think it's 05 or 06.
Because I promised him I'd ask that. 05 or 06. There
Yeah,
we
I
go.
think 06. Actually.
Awesome. And yeah, so everybody's absolutely loving it, and they're very happy to
so
hear that you're
sweet.
still writing and
Oh,
performing.
that's so nice.
Yes.
Well, thanks. I do have albums, so. buy
Yeah,
them.
make sure you buy them, folks.
In the garage, right?
Well,
And if I can take just 30 seconds here, speaking of
You
E-West.
can't, but go for it.
Okay, if you like E-West music, we can give you a chance to win dinner for two at Cadillac, Pink Cadillac. There we go.
Right.
E-West music.
Like everything.
More giveaway stuff.
It's a big like circle tonight.
Everybody likes free stuff.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
you can
Thanks
cut
for-
this song off too, you know.
Well, we might not have a choice, but I got to wrap. Thanks to our title sponsor,
Thanks,
Earl
thanks,
Saskatoon. Thanks to Hairstyle Inn, Red Swan
Swan
Pizza
Pizza,
North, who are about
yeah.
to feed us, and of course, West Music, who unlocked the cage and let
And to
Kevin
all
out
you
tonight.
lovely people behind the scenes here.
Yes,
Too.
I was a little hard on the rookies off the top.
Don't worry.
It
man.
was smooth.
They're doing great.
Big thanks to Jackie Crippy
Thanks
stepping
for
up
having
tonight.
us.
Thanks to Tony from West, who was just in the shadows, making sure everything went smoothly.
We see you, Shadows.
Right, Theresa? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
It's
you
been
so
a
much for rolling with the
pleasure.
punches.
Oh my God.
That was a weird way to start, but
Don't
we did
worry.
it. It was good.
We're
I pulled
pros.
her out of the ditch, put her in third.
This last one's called Paper, and if it gets cut off, you can always go and buy it on iTunes or Bandcamp or whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Theresa Sokyrka. That's for you, Catherine.
All right, here we go.
What does it really matter now? It's all ripped and tattered now. But you'll mean not much to me, to you now. Well, this autumn feels like you did once. This sudden chill is your season. Guess I'll do it out and I'll make it through somehow. And you've got it all on paper. Yeah, you've jotted down all the things I did wrong. Got it all on paper. So I'll put it in this song. Put it in this song. Come on, Ryan. Well, I saw it through once or twice before. I thought I knew. Now I'm not so sure